Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Rad Book Club. I'm your host, David J.W. In this episode, we're going to do a book haul, the first one I've done on the channel. And I'm going to be talking today about my favorite Canadian-owned left-wing online bookstore, Leftwingbooks.net, also referred to as Kersplebedeb when they publish books. Recently, the anarchist book fair happened in Ottawa, and the folks from Left Wing Books were here. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to attend the event. Maybe at some point I'll make a video about that. But I did get a chance to catch up with Carl from Left Wing Books, and I have a whole box of books that I thought I would do a little bit of unboxing today. A little bit about Left Wing Books. They're based out of Montreal. And it's a small book press and book shop. And I've been buying from them for many, many, many years. They often will show up on campuses and at sort of appropriate community events in places like Ottawa and Toronto, obviously, and Montreal as well. So all of their books are available on leftwingbooks.net. This is their sticker that you get when you buy some books from them. I'll come back to this in a little bit, and I'll talk a little bit about this book and some other stuff. But for now, let's get on to the book haul. I haven't done this before, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing, so please bear with me. But I have some very fun books to go through. I'll start with this book, which will be familiar to anyone who looked at the intro to this channel. This is a copy of Eve Angler's book about Canadian foreign policy, and specifically Justin Trudeau's foreign policy, House of Mirrors. The copy that I had, that I recorded the intro with, was actually the library copy from the Ottawa Library. So I, of course, had to have my own book, my own copy. So there we go. I'm very interested in books about the digital world, AI, as you may know if you've watched this channel or some of the videos on this channel. Kersplebedeb is the publisher. Left Wing Books is the bookstore, and so they sell books such as the Boston Review. This one is their special on AI futures. This is edited, it's like a compendium of different articles and essays about generative AI, published by Haymarket Books. Automation and the Future of Work by Aaron Bananov, published by Verso Books. In this consensus-shattering account of automation technologies, Aaron Bananov investigates the economic trends that will shape our working lives far into the future. We're all very interested in that. Furious, Technological Feminism and Digital Futures by Pluto Press. I'm really, really interested in this book. One of the things that I wouldn't say fear, I say perhaps doubt. I have an extreme doubt around AI. One of the main reasons why I have a doubt about AI is because it has a serious lack of women in terms of the leadership positions, engineering, and so on. And you can't have intelligence without having women, frankly. So as digital transformations continue to accelerate, discourses of big data and AI have come to dominate in a number of fields, from politics to media and education. But how can we really understand the digital world when so much of the writing through which we grapple with it remains deeply problematic? This compelling new work of feminist critical theory scrutinizes the assumptions of a masculinist digital world, highlighting the tendency of digital humanities scholarship to venerate technical forms and to adopt gendered writing and citation practices. Contesting these writings practices in politics, the authors foreground feminist traditions and contributions to the field, offering alternative modes of knowledge production and a radically different poetic writing style. Exciting. I don't know about you, but I think that's exciting. Then also we have Breaking Things at Work by Gavin Mueller. The Luddites Were Right About Why You Hate Your Job, also published by Verso. an exhilarating challenge to the way we think about work, technology, and progress. I mean, who isn't aware, and many people I think are concerned about the changes to work and how AI will affect us and the way we work. So, very excited about that. From online platforms to digital monopolies, technology, information, and power. This is part of a series by Haymarket Books called Studies in Critical Social Sciences and New Scholarship in Political Economy. These books are so pretty, are they not? Haymarket really has some beautiful book design. I love all of the leftist book design sensibilities, like. But yeah, so this, the book shows how these platforms work and identifies the hidden interest behind the commercial strategies that guide the development of services offered to internet users. It takes the specific cases of Google and Facebook and presents their historical development, illustrating how these companies turned into major players in our time. So that's Jonas C.L. Valente discussing the rise of platforms as key players in different social activities, from economy to culture and politics. These companies have a daily presence in the lives of the majority of the world's population, from social interactions to digital payments and in transactions. They are gaining a central role in neoliberal capitalism, shaping contemporary sociability. Didn't exactly read that in the order that it was meant to be read, but here we are. And then also Trouble in the University. So this is also from the Haymarket's Studies in Critical Social Sciences, how the education of healthcare professionals became corrupted. I used to work in healthcare very briefly. I worked at the Ottawa Hospital as a cleaner. And even though I had the most lowly position on the ladder, I could see that there were serious problems around the issues around how nurses were educated, obviously how doctors are educated, and even like patient care assistants and so on. Healthcare is one of my main interests. This is a book about the education of healthcare workers and professionals and the neoliberal takeover of our lives, especially in healthcare and education. And then also, finally, I think something that's sort of taken over our lives, the gamification of relationships is the subtitle of this book, Dream Lovers. Also by Pluto Press, a book by Alfie Brown, who is a lecturer in digital media at Royal Holloway University, London. And we are in the middle of a desire revolution. Desire revolution, all one word. A fundamental political transformation of the way we desire as human beings. New technologies with political biases are organizing and mapping the future by editing how we think and feel. From sex bots to smart condoms, Fitbits to VR simulators, and AI to dating algorithms, the love industries are shaping the future of love, desire, work, and capitalism. Pluto Press. So yeah, these are some books that I've picked up recently, and as I said, I'm a huge fan of Leftwingbooks.net. I really wanted to talk about them on the channel. This is a t-shirt that you can buy from that website. It's being produced by Leftwingbooks.net. So if you go to Leftwingbooks.net, you can buy yourself a copy of this From the River to the Sea shirt. And also, you can find books that are published, as I said, by Kersplebedeb. This is an example, Fire the Cops, by Christian Williams. This was published, as I said, by Kersplebedeb. You see right back there their logo for in terms of when the business is publishing as a publishing house. The website is www.kersplebedeb.com, and then of course there's leftwingbooks.net. When you order a book or books from leftwingbooks.com or a t-shirt or what have you, they will send you one of these really cool stickers. And in fact, fun fact, this design inspired me and the making of this poster, which I did for an event that was supposed to be held at Christmas 2022. Unfortunately, it had to be canceled. If this video gets a whole bunch of likes, I'll explain at some point why I had to cancel this performance, this event. But as you can see, I was inspired by the logo for Leftwingbooks. I'm a huge, huge fan. This is how much I'm a fan. And I'm really grateful to the folks at Leftwingbooks for existing, frankly, for first off, for existing, and then for second off, for being extremely generous in the way that they do business. If you buy $50 or more, which these days is like 2 books, right? They'll ship it anywhere in Canada for free. Free shipping. You don't get a lot of that in terms of books outside of Amazon when you're feeding the beast. And with purchases that go to Leftwingbooks, you're not feeding the beast. Anyhow, I guess I'll probably leave it at that. I don't know if there's much more else I can say about that. Thank you very much to leftwingbooks.net. Kersplebedeb, long live. And yeah, thanks very much for watching this video. If you got something out of it, if you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, kick a comment down below, and we'll see you in another video. Ciao for now.